Hello everybody, hello, welcome. I'm No O2 and thank you for watching this video. This is the Act 2 No Hope Quick Play Clutch deck. That's right, this deck is designed to be played with 3 random teammates, not bots, not in a coordinated team. These decks are about you, the player, the gamer, having all of the tools necessary to beat Act 2 despite the skill level of your teammates, and you can do it on No Hope mode. And my channel's been built on this sort of like concept and series for a long time. These are the most updated decks now for each of the acts. Allow you to solo clutch your missions with 3 humans, but they're also kind of like bots. You know what I'm saying, right? So uh, all the time, hazard pay, share the wealth, money grubbers. Which one do you pick, right? Hazard pay if you believe in yourself. Share the wealth if you believe in your teammates. Money grubbers if you believe in luck. Offensive Scavenger, the best scavenger card in the game. It just got buffed. We love it. But it's all about that grenade economy. A grenade, 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 grenades. And you will not die as long as you still have grenades in your pockets. You will not die if you still have grenades in your pockets. And if you are dying with grenades in your pocket, it's because you chose to keep them in your pockets. And if maybe chose is the wrong word. You forgot to throw the grenades in your pocket. If you have lots of extra grenade slots, copper to generate the ability to purchase more, and more grenades along the way, along as with our, just like friends that we gain along the way, right? So long as we can keep maintaining some amount of grenade economy, for the most part, that's going to be the primary tool, the foundation that's going to allow you to deal with a whole slew of problems over the course of all of these missions. Bomb Squad, improvised explosives. Now, when it comes to just straight up grenade damage, this is pretty bare bones minimum. And we could run more grenade damage if we were running, right? If we were running, for instance, Demolitions Expert or Grenade, Demolitions Expert, or like Glass Cannon, things like that. We need some amount of grenade damage, straight up, because we need to be able to deal with bosses eventually towards the end. We would love to be in a circumstance where we can grenade dump the breakers on Grave Danger, but we may not get there. But these 2 grenade damage will give us the ability to deal with a variety of tall boys very comfortably. Except for hardened tall boys, because they're a pain in the butt. But eventually when we get to our purple grenades, and the offensive upgrade is the most important upgrade in the game, so you should always be looking out for that and saving up for it. Once we get to our purple grenades, these 2 cards are multiplicative with each other, and then, that application to the purple grenades to get a lot of extra grenade damage in general. Very, very, very nice. We also have some damage cards. We have Shredder down the road a little bit here. Again, multiplicative with the grenade damage. We invested a little bit more in the grenade damage here with Shredder, but we're not dedicating the deck entirely to just being a nuclear grenade deck, because we need the space for other tools, because it's not just bosses that we're dealing with. We also need to run around quite a bit. Fire in the hole, run like hell, dash, and superior cardio. This is like the foundation of movement speed here. We need to be able to run around Broken Bird, the Armory, Bob's Arm mission, as well as potentially running around Grave Danger, depending on how it goes and things like that. Just sort of some of those missions are just like movement is key, movement is king, right? Even like in pipe cleaners, like running through the gates comfortably can save you a lot of health, a lot of headache, a lot of stress. Put you in a position where you can get to someplace safe, turn around, see your teammates who are struggling because they don't know what sprint speed does, and you can give them covering fire, things like that. But these cards will come in very, very clutch or powerful for the Armory and Broken Bird specifically. Those are some very tough missions for your team, so if your teammates die and you're the only person left, this movement speed will be what ends up saving you in the long run on those missions specifically. Shredder for the extra damage, but also the team damage. So when it comes to eliminating the bosses, we could, in theory, invest more cards into our grenade damage, but we got to min-max here because we need to have resource generation, grenade pouches, grenade damage, movement speed, and at this point we're running out of card slots. And there's still other stuff that we want to do. So we min-max Shredder, 45% team damage in general, right? 15% damage boost, essentially, to all of your teammates. So if your teammates are still alive, which hopefully they are for some of these boss fights, at the very least, for the boss rush at the end of Act 2, they should be alive for at least one of those bosses. Shredder will amplify your entire team's damage, and so for one card, we get a lot of bang for your buck as far as dealing damage over time to the bosses that we are fighting. Next is Out with a Bang. This is sort of in conjunction with our sprint speed cards here. When it comes to these movement-heavy missions, or missions where you're fighting bosses, things can get very chaotic, right? All of the bosses call on a horde event, and sometimes, because of your teammates' mistakes or choices or what have you, the circumstances of it all, you might be in a very crappy situation where you have to fight a boss and a horde at the same time. Chances are, because you're a gamer, your teammates will die before you in these missions, and if they do, that pipe bomb that they drop will alleviate a tremendous amount of pressure off of you, dealing with the current horde event, as well as allowing you to get more space to maneuver and dodge other things, and allow you to focus fire the breaker again, or the whatever, the hag, right, etc. That's really quite nice, especially if you have Shredder, because of your other teammates who are still alive, they'll hear the pipe bomb, or see the pipe bomb, they'll know what's going on, they will also then begin focusing the boss, most likely, things like that. So, for like the Armory, Broken Bird, or any sort of like super sketchy boss fight, Out with a Bang has come in very, 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 I don't want to say clutch again, very, very clutch, dang it. Dang you, Internet. Has been very powerful in those particular events when it comes to alleviating pressure from yourself and your teammates when you're in those like crappy situations, essentially. Then we have Amped Up and On Your Mark. Comparatively to all of the acts, all of the campaigns, Act 2 specifically has the most campaign-specific horde triggers, the most built-in horde events. For instance, on the Armory, very hard mission. People really struggle with that mission. But part of it is because you have a horde timer with a very short timer on it. Like every minute you have a horde event. Well, it triggers Amped Up and On Your Mark every single time. Broken Bird. When the helicopter is hovering over a crate, every minute or so it calls in a horde event. And so there's a lot of value here as far as generating Amped Up and On Your Mark. Because those are missions where there's seemingly endless amounts of zombies, endless amounts of hordes. Those endless horde events trigger Amped Up every so often. So Amped Up and On Your Mark are most powerful on Act 2. Or Act 2 is the best act in general for Amped Up and On Your Mark to trigger, so we run them here because it's just a lot of health and a lot of ammo over time. Very nice for you, very nice for the teammates, especially on those missions where you might be running around all by yourself. Every couple of minutes you might get a little health boon to help yourself out. And then Fresh Bandage, because having a support on your team, on your random 3 teammates, is not always very reliable. Fresh Bandage has become one of my new staples, basically, because the trauma heal is so good. Every 2 missions you're getting a medicine cabinet worth of trauma healed, that's 400 copper value, plus you're getting full health every single time, that's another like 100 to 200 copper value every single mission. Fresh Bandage is a huge economic card. It also makes you look real good at the end of the mission where your teammates have no health, and you're looking full health, almost no trauma. You're looking tight, right? You're looking cool, you're dripping health. Anyways, this is the deck here where you have enough grenade damage, hopefully, to deal with everything. Enough sprint speed to deal with all the hard missions. The Armory and the Broken Bird. And then some utility cards here to help yourself alleviate pressure during boss fights and heal over the long missions and things like that. Very economic deck, I would say, overall. Let me know what you guys think. Success, problems, issues, troubles. You like it? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the future.